Hey guys, welcome, some of you welcome back. Today's video, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I'm just doing the RNAV 02 approach into Toncontin MHTG Tegucigalpa Airport. Let me just review it real quick and then we'll go and fly it. So with Melville, 9,000 feet. I'm going to descend from 9,000 to 7,000 feet, TG15, and they kind of go around 14, 13, 12, and then you can see the altitudes, 7,000, 6,800, 6,300, 5,600, and all that. It just everything goes pretty fast. From this point on, it's about 2 minutes for the whole approach. So somewhere between point 12 and 11, as you're reaching 4,400 feet, you're going to have to make a decision whether to go for this landing. If the valley is clear and you can see all the way throughout the valley, then you go for a landing. Tricky part is at the end because it gets a lot of visual stuff. I'll talk you through it, but let's get in the airplane. Let's do this. I'm going to start off just before we hit TG15 and descending to 7,000 feet. You go TG15, 7,000 feet. Let's go down to 6,800 to TG14. Just nice turn. I've loaded this approach up into the flight computer, and I'm just following it, and I'm doing it manually. I'm not doing anything automatically. Everything is manual, including throttles and bug settings. So here we go. Now on this Fenix 320, if you look to the side here, you can see I'm actually looking at it. I've set it up so with the weight and all that, and it kind of gives me the landing distance to make sure that I got everything set up correctly as far as the auto braking and all that stuff. So, and the best part is it's a visual display. It shows you visually whether you got enough runway. That way you can make adjustments and get the correct settings in there. You don't have to figure out anything. The Airbus made it very easy for the pilots. As we get close to 14, let's go down to 6,300. Just keep descending. One thing here is don't get too fast. You can get pretty fast. Now I do have real-time weather, and that's kind of interesting because it's pretty bumpy, as you can see. Now I did have a friend, an American airline pilot who flew 737s, who did actually fly into Toncontin. He called it the toilet bowl approach because you're going like flushing yourself, just going around and around and around. He did tell me he flew it manually. If it was visually open, he flew it manually all the way. If not, then down to the minimums on autopilot. But he said it was a very, very interesting approach. The tricky part is that just you're coming in with a big airplane, and there's that long turn onto the final, and you have a very short final when you're set up. Usually for airliners, they're set up about 5 miles out. They're starting to stabilize on that approach. Within that inner part, they have to be stabilized on that approach or going around. Whereas in this case, you're not even lined up with the runway until the last few seconds. So that kind of makes it tricky. That makes it very, very interesting. And I don't want to say exciting when it comes to passenger flying, but at least in the sim, it's pretty exciting. Now last time I did this approach for the 10 Most Extreme Airport series, I did it in a Boeing 737. Now Airbus, it flies a little bit different. Airbus, you put the nose where you want it and the computer holds it there. Whereas in the Boeing, you are holding the nose in position. You put it into position and hold it. It's a little bit different, but once you're used to one or the other, it's not a big problem. As far as this descent we've been doing here, when there is no glide slope and it's not usually 1,500 feet per minute will do it. So if you set it at that, you'll be all right. Eventually you are going to have to switch and adjust 1,000. At least initially you want to set it to about 1,500 feet per minute rate of descent. We're getting close to the minimums. Technically we've been visual for a while now. 4,400 or so, that's the minimum. So you don't see it, obviously you're going to do a missed approach. Here we're going for a landing. Now as far as how to do this last part, getting to the runway is the major point. Right now we need visual cues. The 3 visual cues I'm seeing is there's 2 hills, one to the left, one straight ahead of us, and then there's a building up on a hill, a big building onto our right. So what we want to do is go in between the building and the hill on the right. So we're kind of headed for the center hill. If you guys can see it, that center hill, that's where we're headed. Once we get close to the building and we're passing it, we will actually have visual of the runway, and then we'll turn visually onto that runway.
Don't sink.
The last trick here is that the nose is going to be
Don't
down. You're going to
sink.
push that nose down.
Sink
The rate
rate.
of descent is going to be pretty high.
Don't
Alarms are
sink.
going to be going off in the cockpit. You have to ignore it. Concentrate
Don't
on that
sink.
landing. Keep that airspeed steady, and keep in mind you're going to
Don't
have to
sink.
do a proper flare here coming out of a high rate of
Sink
descent.
rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Sink rate.
40, 30,
Don't sink.
20, retard. Drive.
Okay, there it is, touchdown. Center line, actually pretty good. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. Hope you enjoyed it. There's going to be more videos like this, so take care, and I'll see you guys soon.